No more silent treatment. That is one of the worst things that you can do to somebody, because you are telling them that what they have to say or even what they need to hear is not valuable. And that's not how you want to do somebody that you truly love. A lot of times people will use the silent treatment to what they think is diffusing the situation, but that's not it. Tell the person, hey, I need 5. I need 30. I don't suggest anybody go overnight and not have some type of resolution, if nothing else, to start the conversation if it has to go, to the next day. But the more time that you spend not discussing your feelings and not discussing the situation is going to it's going to bring havoc to your relationship. So give yourself 5, give yourself 30, but that's about it, Take a walk, come back, calm down, defuse, but do not please tell that person by your actions that what you have to say to me is not worthy. I don't want to hear. It can do so much damage to your relationship. I mean, I don't know if you know, but we're all adults. Use your big boy, big girl voices. It's okay. Just talk. You may not like, nor may you agree with the other person, but they are willing to share with you. Hopefully you're willing to share with them. And then you come back together and you come to some resolve. But just not saying anything is such a disgrace. It just doesn't make the other person feel good. And it really can tip the scale on whether or not they want to continue to work with you. If you're dealing with somebody that uses the silent treatment, call them out. Call them out. Let them know that this behavior is not acceptable anymore. It may have in the past, but moving forward, it is not. We both deserve to be heard, and we both deserve to listen. Be clear about your boundaries. Sometimes we confuse boundaries and control. I'll give you an example. I can say, you're not getting ready to talk to me like that. Well, I really can't control how you talk to me. I can't control that. That's on you. That is control. I'm trying to control how you're going to speak to me. My boundary is, if you choose to speak to me in that manner, I'm not participating. I'm not going to talk to you in this manner. I'm going to walk away because this is not how I choose to be spoken to. That's a boundary. When you get over this hump, sit down with your partner. Figure out what are other ways that we can be able to get through a difficult conversation without the silent treatment being a part of our conversation or the lack thereof. How can we get through this? Like I said earlier, is it taking 5, taking 30? Is it writing letters? Is it texting? Is it saying, hey, I hear you, I don't agree, but did you hear me? Is it repeating back what you thought you heard? Sometimes that works, because sometimes the delivery of what somebody says and their intentions don't always add up. If you're already on 10 and that person is trying to get you to understand it, hey, I'm just trying to let you know X, Y, and Z, you could hear that totally different. So repeat back, hey, this is what I'm hearing you say. And then they can come back and say, yep, you're right on. Or nope, wait a minute, that's not what I meant. That could literally take up and resolve so many things. But you have to work at it, right? You have to be invested to work in it. If you're interested, I have the Ultimate Relationship e-workbook that is packed full of those probing questions that you can discuss while you're not in the heat of the moment. So some of these things you can kind of get resolved. There's no possible way that we can go over everything that life might throw at you. However, if we get on common ground with some of these things, guess what? You might be able to say, okay, well, wait a minute. We answered this way. We can fall back on that. Yeah, okay. I see how that could, be able to intertwine with what we're doing or dealing with right now. So I would love for you to be able, it is one of my babies. I wrote it myself. I really enjoyed it. These are things that I learned from my past relationships. And so I thought that it would be a wonderful addition to somebody that may be going through some trials and tribulations, or they can kind of nick some of these things before they become problems. If you've enjoyed this information, leave the word down in the comments, resolve. Resolve. That is what we're doing. We're resolving things today. All right? So make sure that you're following, and we'll talk to you next time, lovers.